Hey, welcome back to the basement of the Sexy Brutale, where I don't know what is going on, people. This is some weird stuff. I'm starting to think like none of this is real. At first, it was like, oh, I think, we could be there are ghosts, there's supernatural, there are demon fish. Okay, like that's fine. But the thing that makes me think this is, well, one thing is he thinks this is all like craziness and is just this right here. Because our current job is to get all of these wires and tubes kind of lit up. But on top of that, there's this room in here. And I look in this room and I'm thinking, this just ain't real. Like this, I don't know what this is, but it's not the real deal. But whatever. Now, like I said, we've got to get all these tubes lit up, and I was really stuck last time because the third set of tubes you have to get lit up, they seem like they're coming into this room. Now, one thing I noticed is right now, this tree is small, but at one point we were in here and it was actually bigger. So I want to try. Now, we just do it right there and just kind of sit and wait. It doesn't really do anything. Yeah, like it does. You don't see it get any bigger, but I think it does. I think maybe it is the right thing to do. Now, if I come back in, will it have grown? No. I wonder if we like just fast forward the time, if it'll grow then. So I'm trying to figure out, like, maybe if we do this. I mean, maybe it's just bigger as time goes on, too, like as the day goes on. But it's a change. It feels like something that's worth kind of trying out. If that doesn't work, we were in that also, there's like that graveyard room. We might have time to kind of pop down and look at that as well. And also, these guys they're all kind of looking. It's really creepy. Like, as the day goes on, more and more of them are kind of standing in that tube looking down at us. But yeah, there's this graveyard room, and then I think this is opened up. The crypt is empty. Okay, we can't use that there, but it feels like maybe there's something to do with that empty crypt too. So we'll have to keep that in mind as well. Also, there's like getting something. I don't want to forget, there was this ghost. We're in the basement here. There was this ghost who was in the club, which is, I think, like, that's the ground floor. I get a little lost around here. All right. Okay, right. It's right here. That's what I'm confused about. The bar right here. There's a ghost who wants something grisly, he said. So I don't want to forget about that. But let's keep on. Let's not get distracted from the current attempt. So it still looks small, so I don't know what the deal is here. So I know it was bigger, it had kinda, I don't know. Whatever. So last time when we gave it the water, it kinda like shook. Wait, now there's two guys who we're looking at down there. There was one before. Let's see what happens if we jump forward to 8 and do it again. Because we tried last time, like, all of the different kind of water sources we could think of, and we couldn't find anything there. And it seems like in general in this game, you can't. If something's not going to work, it doesn't just do it and lets you guess for it yourself. It just tells you that's not going to work. So the fact that we can do the watering makes it seem like something is on the right track. But yeah, now look how many people are looking. This is really creepy. So it's still small. So what is going on? Okay, this is so... Oh, this says the soil is now wet. That's interesting. I mean, okay. Let's, that doesn't seem to be working. How did it get big last time, though? That's now what I'm really puzzled about, because we definitely, it was definitely bigger. Like, I'll just get a clip from the last video and put it up on screen and show you what I'm talking about. So look, so Z, there it is. It's bigger right now. So maybe... so let's see. What happens if we go ahead and water it again? So maybe it's like new days? But then like reset when I reloaded the game, maybe? Yeah, it kind of shook again. I mean, if we try it again? Like, come out and come back. Okay, so... restarting the day seemed to definitely do something. Let's just keep trying that. Okay, so there's nobody here now at all. So it's definitely as the day gets later and later, those guys come back up. So that's good. Now, what happens if we go in here this time? Is it going to be tiny again? Is it going to be big? It's even bigger. Okay, so we just keep doing this until something happens, I guess. Okay. Something's happening. Yeah. There we go. Is it going to open now? It is going to open. That thing, that looks so creepy. It's like a mouth. This is, I mean, this is creepy in so many ways. There's a cell here. Somebody was trapped. There's like markings. I am so incredibly puzzled as to what could possibly be going on here. Who is that? Is that him? Is that our guy? Oh my god, what has he done to you? No, run. Is that the Marquis? Is this? So there he is, whoever this evil person is. Are you gonna talk? Well, this is utterly tiresome. I mean, well done and so forth. You found my secret, etc., etc. Oh, poor guy. I know it must look cruel, chaining what appears to be a madman up in a dungeon, using his mirrors to show him the guests being murdered over and over again, tormenting him until he his tears of sorrow and rage for the tank that is his prison. But it's all very necessary, you see. Yes, I can see how you look at me, but... Boone, take this, get out of here! No, I rather think not. Yes, that's better. I control every part of this world. This creature, however, is what you might consider the battery. He is my power source. The two of you were the only aspects outside my grasp. But now I think it's time to end this, not with a bang or a fanfare, but a simple snap of my... What? How dare... What just happened? Go. What? So that has got to be the Marquis. Run, Boone. This is very much not over. Oh my gosh, so that guy... Okay, so... we know a little bit more. Oh my gosh, let's stop. Let's stop and take stock, because holy cow, that is insane. So, nothing in the brochure. We have a sapphire tear ring, a blue tear-shaped ring given to you by the bloodied girl. Okay, that's her name. We have no idea what we could possibly do with it. Now, I don't know what happens if I go back. So let me stop for a second. Let's recap. What do we know? So we know that, let's see. That person's still like in hiding. Like we still don't know who that is. Is that me? Is that the Marquis? Is that the bloodied girl? We don't know what's going on. But what we do know is I think it's the Marquis is being held prisoner. And the guy with the green skull or the green skull mask or whatever is. So I guess the bloody girl and us and the green mask guy and I guess the prisoner, we're all aware of like when time rewinds. And so, so the guy there has to watch the guests being murdered over and over and over again, which might be why they're being murdered in such like horrible ways. And also like we found, there's like this hallway down here and it had pictures and like the pictures each had a picture of each of these ones. And it sounded like some of them had been tried before and they tried something different. Like it said for Willow Blue, something like the drowning wasn't melodramatic enough, so she should be hung. And it's like Trinity always hears the garrote, and so she needs to have the spider instead. So it sounded like they were like practicing these things, you know, on these people. So we have a sapphire tear ring. I have no clue. All right, this is definitely open. But it's sealed shut again, so we cannot get out that way. I want to let's see. One thing we saw, there was this open, I was talking about it earlier, this open casket. I just want to see like what can I use that ring on? That's one of the few things that we've not been able to get anything done with. Right, nothing happens with the ring, so I mean nothing that we have is going to be any use there. Other thing I want to see is if that weird bridge over the weird kind of area is like the card area is open or closed. There's a card there. I'm just wondering, I mean, we need more information too to know what the heck is going on in this insane place. Nope, we still don't have that. All right. I have no idea what we would do to get that either. So let's see if we can. Oh, you know what? I wonder if, I've been complaining about this, I wonder if the ring will let us get through the blue doors. It's a sapphire ring. And it's, because it was here in the key items, I take it we're not going to lose it. I think that's how that works. Those things we seem to keep with us wherever we go. So maybe we'll be able to get to new places. So we're far from done. I thought we were getting towards the end, but it looks like not so much. So I think we've gotten all the stuff out of here that there is to get. Oh, but this is so that Lafcadio character who's Japanese. I already picked that lock. Right. So the paint on the wall, triptych with a description at the bottom, story of Iogi. I think that's one of the stories actually that he wrote in his book. I should read that and double check. But he definitely had Japanese ghost stories. So I think that tip that this would be a reference to that Greek traveler is exactly right. Okay, what we need to do, I think, it's always glitchy in this room. All right. Always a place to sit and chat in a mansion. But yeah, actually, there we go. Little glitch. I actually read some of his stories, just kind of trying to learn more about it. I can't remember all the names, but one of them was a story about a girl who doesn't want to sell her mirror. And it's when mirrors are made out of metal. Doesn't want to give up her mirror to be made into a town like bell. And one of the things is that because she gives up her mirror anyway, it's melted a part of the bell. But because she didn't do it voluntarily, then the bell won't ring. and then she goes and kills herself by drowning in a pool or like a lake. And let's set this. And it totally made me think of Tequila or of Willow Blue, both in that, like how she hung herself on a bell and how there's mirrors kind of all over the place and how they talked about like drowning in a lake wasn't good enough. I think that's probably, I'm suspecting that that is going to be a kind of homage, or, you know, it's not the same story by a long shot, but kind of themes that connect. So, all right, let's see if this ring will let me get through a blue door. All right, here it is. Yeah, it says my mask burns as I approach the door. It's as though it's pushing me away. So nope, it does not do that. Maybe there's somewhere I can use it to turn that off. I don't have an idea at this point of where that would be. I also was supposed to try to get... Actually, let's try... Whoa, why is my mask burning when I'm there? Oh, was it because he was coming through? Escape man. Okay, yeah, it wasn't because anyone was out here. Alright, let's try it both at the fountain and at this little shack out here. Because there's still way more going on than I am cognizant of. Oh yeah, you can't actually use anything with it. You just look at it, but let's come on through here. It doesn't seem like the right place to use the ring, but I just... Whoa, it is! The door reacted as Marquis' signet ring. And it was the Marquis, for sure. So, can I go in? Whoa! It's the place on fire? What the heck? It's the same... Oh my... What? The... I mean, everything is in flames? Okay, now we're set to there. No map for us. I mean, what the heck is going on? I mean, there's nowhere else to even go. There's no way out. Yeah, what? You know what? There might be a way out. There might be a way out because we did see there was that... If we come in the casino, we saw there was that vent area. I wonder if we can get through it now. No. There's this spot right here. See whether he's less intense on this side of the room. If only we were here earlier. Did I screw it up by changing the spot? Oh, maybe not, because... yeah, good. We are here earlier. Excellent. Time travel can be fun. Alright, we're at the right... where we want to be... Alright. Whoa, that was, not cool. Alright, can we get back out through the same window? Why is this even happening? Yeah, looks like that's our only choice, is to go out through this window. The flowers are on fire. What on earth? What is this insanity? I mean, can we do the same thing if we use the sapphire ring again? Is it going to go back to normal? Alright, what would we see if we look through here? Because we looked through here, yeah, we saw, that's exactly what we saw before. Wait, this is one of the rooms, though. Have we seen this room? I don't know if we have. And now, we really did find her. Lafcadio! It's been such a long time. Would you talk to Lucas? Something seems to be troubling him. He's always looked up to you, you know? I know he teases you dreadfully about your lifestyle. But he respects you enormously. That's not the first time we've heard this. More than anyone else I know. I believe he's always wanted to be more like you. Perhaps he's a little older. Or more mature, I should say. Oh, you have our ring! Can I see? I remember you presenting to us when you married it to us. Now it's a ruby heart ring. Okay. You must take it. Lucas will be missing it, I'm sure. Tell him I just needed a rest. This little guy is heavy. I hope he won't be mad that I'm missing the party. I know he loves the mansion. This is all we've ever really needed. It is a beautiful little house. This right here, this is our perfect little world. Please tell him I'll wait for him, won't you? I'll be right here whenever he is ready. What the heck is going on? Have we traveled like way into the past, or there's a mask just sitting right there too? She's just skipping out in the party, no mask. That was Eleanor, the Marquis' wife. So you're not... I thought you were Eleanor the whole time, but you're not. She is always here, safe in this place. You've seen some of the truth now. The mansion was on fire. We, the guests, died. Oh, I was right. We are all dead. It should have ended there. But that creature in the golden mask, somehow he brought them all back. Torturing us over and over. So maybe that's, you saw those Bible verses about, like, punishment. Maybe he's like, it's like a kind of hell and he's kind of doing the punishing. I try to help them, try to find some peace in all this pain. He is so, so strong. But with that ring, I believe you can stop him. There is a secret place. Sixpence was so close. Take that ring to the room where our room died. It will unlock the path. Eleanor left her mask for you. Take it. Eleanor's mirror walk. Ah, that's how we get through the mirrors. Eleanor was a life and soul that connected the people and places in a Sexy Brutale. Her mask allows you to travel by stepping into the mirrors placed throughout the mansion. You can now walk through any mirror in a Sexy Brutale. The movements of all staff and guests have also been revealed to you on the map. So who are you, bloody girl? She always tried so hard to see the best in people, but it's what you see that will matter. Now look into the mirror. That was more than looking, dude. That was walking. So now we're back here again. I have never seen inside that place, you know. I'm not sure whether to rage impotently or just be quietly glad. Anyway, I've watched you, Lafcadio. Your arrival was somewhat unexpected. Oh, all these years you've done your dutiful loop, staying along with sixpence in the chapel. Then all of a sudden one day you're running around ruining everything. It took me a little while to figure it out. And then of course I knew that bloodied creature had to be involved. I'm sure she has spun all the tales about me and what's happening here. I'm sure they left out some rather important information. I will be utterly candid now with you, Boone. I could end this right now. I could end you. I have the power. Perhaps she's right and I'm a monster. But we might all be monsters here. I want you to see, to understand. Come with me. Now the first question is, am I really a murderer? And to that, the answer is most assuredly yes. You see this man here? Dear Reginald, I killed him, stone dead. It wasn't my finger that pulled the trigger, but it was my command. Family as well, you know. So what are we supposed to do here? Sixpence is frozen perfectly in his time. His face shows disbelief and agony. The staff member looks grimly dispassionate. He's doing his job without malice or pleasure. And the clock is totally stopped. Ah, the heart of the casino, our dear friend Clay. In this scenario, Adam died from a shot of venom from the same spider which would go on to devour his precious wife. He did like a drink, Clay, but you never when he was working, you know. Why are you telling me all of this? There's almost a sense of sadness in the lifeless mechanical eyes of Sixpence's prototype robot. The poison has burned the flesh around Clay's mouth down to the bone. It was a horrific way to die. Alright, no map, I just gotta follow around. So fitting. She was so beautiful, Trinity. The moth by moonlight. The Clay called her. She loved that name. A moth, so I thought it might be fitting for her to be eaten by my giant spider. I never had one, you know. I'm sure nothing could possibly grow that big, but by gods I wish they did. I'd have kept it in a room just like this one. Who is he? Is he like the evil side of the Marquis? I find this all so very puzzling. I cannot imagine the terror she must have felt, bound in the thread and waiting for the end. A creature from a nightmare. Tequila's body is covered in deep bruises and cuts. This one was rather fantastical. We found that fish. I did so want to believe the stories of voodoo fish. He does sound like he's the Marquis, but like the evil part. I suspected was a guppy with some particularly bright colors. The man who sold it to me must have thought I was the most gullible person under the sun. But I wasn't paying for the fish, I was paying for the story. Eleanor called me a fool. Definitely, that's the evil bit. But she did love to watch him in his tank. Best fortune I ever spent. I like to say that Willow would never have hanged herself, but then a long time ago I stopped even trying to pretend I could understand what other person might do. At this point, at one point you thought this creature had the answers, but he's a fiction, a boogeyman. You're so right. I so did think that creature held the answers, and I was totally fooled. Willow's face is contorted by agony. Miss Tequila Bell, what a voice. She was a living work of art. I murdered her with the notes of a song, and then had my staff throw her body down a garbage chute. Yeah, I know all this. Why are you telling me this, though? The staff member appears to be taking a certain amount of pride in the carnage he created. Yeah, that one was a real jerk. Tequila bleeding to death from deep lacerations all across her body. Grayson, Red! It wasn't really a party until these two got here. Grayson is such a complete scoundrel. My god, he's fun. Or he was, at least. Red would really have done anything for him. I was certain it would be so much more painful if Grayson had gone second, and Red had to watch him die first. Yes, perhaps I'll change this one. It's like a real mastermind. What kind of maniac imagines torturing a man this way? He gave his own life to try to save Grayson. Arum, I spotted him down in a furnace like a big gold bar. My mansion had many strange and wonderful creations, but a lift that doubled as an incinerator? That would have been something. I like to think that if Arum were able to choose how he went, that perhaps he would have chosen something like this. Though in a way, he almost did. Now, she said use the ring in the room where Arum died. I don't know if I'm supposed to use it actually now. And he didn't talk about the other person. There's a small hope that his heart gave out before he burned to death. That would be nice. Fire blast from the furnace. No, I don't have any... No place where I can use the ring right now. Thanos, what a mind to waste. It wasn't just this mansion that he built, you know. There are similar works of architectural genius all over the country. He was a grouchy and often tiresome old man, but that mind was like a cracked diamond. At least his works will live on. Well, Boone, you've heard my confession. As I said, I'm a murderer. It's not a brag or a boast. I am not good or clever for it. I am sinful and gross. I have killed everyone in this mansion. But there's one person who didn't die. You. Right? This beautiful golden elevator is the connection with the horror upstairs and the madness down here. Thanos' body is charred to a crisp. The furnace cooked him through. I shouldn't laugh, but I did. One man who survived the events of the day here, who woke up in a broken body with a broken mind. They put a mask on his face and the machine forced him to breathe until he was fit to stand. Is that him, the Marquis? Is he killing these people because he's racked with guilt? If the man in the gold mask is true and the mask is a breathing aid, who are the staff here? A man who served his time, but a time that could never be enough. So we're back here again. Whoever was in this cell, they must have been here for years upon years for a tree to grow this large. But it needed water to grow. So was there someone outside the cell who was helping? There's no other circles. Because if he was in there... A man who lived when all the others did not. I would like you to meet that man, Boone. I'd like you to meet him and then decide if this day should end. The crypt is marked Eleanor. You know somehow that the grave is real. She is here. This crypt is marked Lucas. It is empty. Oh, look. It's, the time's been all of a sudden jumped way forward. The answer will be behind these doors. Come and find me there. She and I will be waiting for you. The heaven and hell staircase. Holy cow, folks, we have learned a ridiculous amount of information. That I wouldn't say all the answers, but quite a lot of them. Quite a lot of them have been had. But that is all the time we have for today. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.